Hello guys, I'm Unblessed Data, and welcome to another review. This time we have Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1, Episode 1. We got a new show premiere, finally, after all this. Wow, just Breaking Bad and Walking Dead? No. We're going with a new series here. Really excited to watch this because, man, Avengers was great in my opinion. I really like the Avengers. Even though there wasn't really a plot, it was just basically fighting in the Avengers. Still really cool, and of course, I'm a comic fan, so of course I'm going to like it. Now, with the hype that surrounded this show, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and it's saying, oh, it's going to connect the movie and everything, really excited. I was really looking forward to it. In my opinion, this is just my overall opinion, I did not really like this episode and this show so far. Of course, there's only been one episode, but it really, I don't know, it just kind of sucked to me, honestly. Like, it did not capture my attention at all, and I was kind of just bored throughout the whole thing, honestly. Now, usually with the reviews that I do, I usually go step by step through the whole episode and tell you every detail of what happened, so you can be caught up with if you missed the episode, or you just want to hear my thoughts. This review, I'm not going to do that, just for the simple fact that I don't think it's worth it, honestly. Like, you really didn't miss anything if you missed this episode. I'm just going to go through some key points, and that's about it. And I'll just give my thoughts on them real quick. So, there will be spoilers up ahead, so if you do not want to know what happened, watch the episode and come back. But here we go. So, we start off with this this father and son team right here, and they're looking at action figures through a window, and they're all Marvel. Like Thor, Superman, Thor, Hulk, like all of them, right? So it's pretty cool to see that, like, oh look, the Avengers, it's just a cool reference right there. And even in the beginning, right in the beginning sequence, we see little, like, really fast clips of the Hulk, Thor, and all of them. But anyway, we see this father and son, and the father's having some financial issues. He doesn't have a job, doesn't have any money to buy his son any figures or anything. So, and the son can see it. Son's sad. He knows his dad's in trouble, blah, blah, blah. A building blows up behind them, and the guy just runs in and saves this lady. And this guy, this father, has superpowers, and he's like climbing the building, and he's punching his hand through the wall and climbing it. That was kind of cool. And he grabs this lady that was in there and jumps out the window, cracks the cement. And the special effects are okay. Obviously, they're not going to be film quality because this is a TV show, but they're still pretty decent. Now, of course, the guy runs off, but there's a spectator there, this girl named Sky, and she's recording the whole thing. Now, the deal with Sky is she's this, like, cyber hacker, like, protester that's against S.H.I.E.L.D. and kind of wants them to get out of here, basically. So she follows our hero here, and the hero's name is Mike. So Sky ends up finding Mike in a diner, and she starts talking to him, saying, you can't trust S.H.I.E.L.D., they're going to find you. Why don't you go in the public's eye and become a real hero? Now, of course, Mike doesn't want to do that, so he kind of just runs away, blah, blah, blah. But then we're introduced to the actual, main characters in the show. And we see Agent Coulson. So Agent Coulson is here. He's back. And he's back from the dead. This takes place after Avengers. And it's nice that they did reference the Avengers and what happened in there. They're talking about super soldiers, the aliens that landed there, Loki, Hulk, like, everyone. And, they do reference S.H.I.E.L.D. a lot of times, but And they don't do it a lot. Like, they don't, Hulk, Thor, but they don't. It's really just some minor, just really subtle references, and I think they handled that in a nice way, because if they overdid it and just kept saying Thor, Hulk, Captain, it'd be really stupid. But they did that in a good way. Now, of course, this show's going to have some comedy in it, because it really centers around Coulson, Agent Coulson, so he's going to be cracking jokes once in a while. Some of them are okay, some of them really didn't fit and weren't funny at all, so that was really lame. But anyway, the whole thing is that Agent Coulson wants this team to be gathered to basically track these rogue superheroes that aren't registered and take them in, and he's gonna handle them. So we meet a new character named Agent Ward, and Ward is this agent that's usually used to working alone, but Agent Coulson wants him to work for him in this little team. So of course he doesn't really want to at first, but he eventually caves in and does it. We also meet a couple other characters that their names weren't even mentioned, but there's two basically techie people. And so they're investigating the crime scene when this building blew up, and they find out that there was a lab in this building, and they have these little robots flying around scanning everything. Pretty impressive, looked pretty cool, but again, not great, not film quality. But it was still kind of cool, and so they find out it was a lab, and they recreate the scene from a camera that they find, like, and they recreate it like 3D hologram type thing, and they find out that this Mike guy isn't actually a superhero. There's something on his arm called I think they called it a centipede, I think that they called it, and basically it's injecting him with like the super serum, soldier serum, like gamma radiation, all this stuff, and it's just making him like superhuman. And obviously this is fallout from the S.H.I.E.L.D that landed, and people are getting their tech from it, like they're just, you know, finding pieces of like alien stuff basically, and they're reworking it to fit their needs. So someone is doing this, that's behind this, and we never find out who's the one behind this, is making these like super soldiers basically. And the one guy, the first guy, not Mike, came into the building and blew it up, and that's what blew up right in the beginning of the episode. So we can see that they're unstable with this like super soldier thing on them, and it makes them kind of crazy and loopy. So we go back to Mike, and he goes back to his old job, and he's like, oh, I want my job back. But his boss is like, no, you know, there's a huge line of people, we can't just hire you. So Mike flips out and smashes everything, and not everything, but he just gets angry, and he's turning into quite a villain. Then basically Mike kidnaps Sky, like this hacker girl, from S.H.I.E.L.D's custody, and she was starting to work with S.H.I.E.L.D to try to basically track him. She kidnaps her, puts her in a van, and is like, okay, you're gonna erase all my files out of the government. I want like a new life with my son. We're gonna get out of here. But of course, Coulson and them show up and try to stop them. And considering that the first guy that this serum was on blew up because he was unstable, Coulson tells Agent Ward, you know, if you gotta shoot him in the head and there's no other option, shoot him in the head. So it all boils down to a scene where basically Mike is talking face to face with Agent Coulson, and he's saying like, you know, this isn't fair, we can't stand up for what we want, and then if we do, you know, we get suppressed by you. Basically the government. That's what S.H.I.E.L.D basically is. But a shot's fired, and Mike gets hit in the head and falls on the floor. And at first you think, oh, Ward shot him for no reason. But one of the tech guys on the team, like his nameless for now, shot him with an antidote. He gave Ward an antidote, and he's fine now. So, you know, all fine and dandy in there. And then Coulson asks Sky, this tech girl, to join this little group of agents, and she obviously wants to. And then at the end of the episode, they get this warning that this code blah 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 happened. You know, it's bad, but we don't know what it is. And they zoom off, and Agent Coulson's red nice car starts flying for some reason. So whatever. There's a lot of jokes and stuff, but it was okay. I just didn't really like it. And the whole thing with the Mike guy and the serum was kind of cool. I didn't see some of the twists in it, but honestly, most of it was predictable, and it didn't appeal to me, even though I really wanted it to appeal to me, and I really wanted to like it. I was like trying to like it. I just don't really like it. I'll still give it a chance. I'll still watch more episodes. I'll still review a couple more, but if it gets to the point where I just hate it, I'm just gonna drop it. And I know what you're saying. Some of you are like, no, this show's amazing. It's just great. Now, you gotta put it in perspective, okay? Let's look at another show that recently just started. Hannibal, okay? Yeah, it's in a season already, but I'm not gonna compare the show to Breaking Bad because it's on the 5th season. I'm not gonna compare it to Walking Dead. It's on the 4th season. Like, that's not fair because this is only the first episode. I'm gonna talk about the first episode of Hannibal. That was amazing. And you know what? Hannibal is also like basically a spin-off of a movie, which is like all the Hannibal Lecter movies, like Silence of the Lambs, Red Dragon, all that, Man Tracker, all that, okay? Manhunter, I mean. So all like that also has this big hype saying, okay, this is Hannibal Lecter. Same with what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D had, you know, this is Avengers, you know? And I think that Hannibal really lived up to the films. I mean, the first episode of Hannibal, I thought I was watching Silence of the Lambs. That's how good it was. That's an amazing feat. This show, I did not feel like I was watching Avengers at all. And I know there's limitations with the amount of money they have and the budget, but I don't know. Just something about the show just didn't really live up to all the hype and what I thought it was going to be, even though I wasn't really expecting that much. And again, there's so many other much better shows out there. Hannibal, Walking Dead, Breaking Bad. You know, Breaking Bad's on the last episode right now, but you know, just so many other great shows out right now that are way better than this. And that's just my opinion. Like I said though, I will still give it a chance. I want to hear what you guys think though. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Did you really like this episode? Did you hate it? What are your thoughts? And I'll talk to you, chat with you guys, and maybe we can come to a different conclusion. I don't know. Maybe one of you can convince me that this show is awesome. We'll see. But I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.